Well, hello, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ernesto, and in today's episode, we are going to be trying to catch all 151 original Pokemon. Now, if you're new to the channel or returning to join me in my adventures, I just want to say welcome and thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Now, I think we have something that we need to do to make this journey a little bit more special. That is, we're changing into an appropriate outfit to become the Pokemon Master. That is right. It is Dan Ketchum here. This looks so cool, and I'm so happy, and I'm so excited to get on with this journey. Now, the entire goal of this series is to try to catch all original 151 Pokemon. That is going to be a task. It's going to be super cool, but I'm excited to do that. And then we're only catching those, so everything else out of the question. Let us go ahead and start by choosing our starter Pokemon. All right, so you can only pick one of these three. And you know what? As cool as Squirtle and Bulbasaur are, we gotta go Charmander. Why? Because it evolves into a Charizard. Who doesn't want a Charizard? So, I think we need to start off with our very first Pokemon, and it's Charmander. Oh, look at him. Oh, that is so amazing. Oh, I love you, buddy. Look at you. You're so cute. Look at him. He's adorable. All right, now that we have our very first Pokemon, oh, buddy. Oh my goodness. All right. We have a lot that we need to do to get on this journey. I need to grab a lot of materials, so I think now would be the perfect time to get into a little material gathering montage so that we can get a bunch of Pokeballs and we can start our journey. So let's do that. Alright, so it's been a little bit and I've gathered as much resources as I possibly can. I have a little tree farm going with all of these apricorn trees, and I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out so far. It took me a while to find the red ones. It took me almost 30 minutes, which was quite annoying, but I think I got all the colors that I'm really gonna need. I also did gather quite a bit of copper and iron, actually. Now, we do have that village over there that I could have turned into an iron farm. However, the world is on peaceful because I'm just here to focus on collecting all of the Pokemon that I can. And this is our little base of operations. I may actually build a small house up here. I'm not entirely sure just yet. We may do that a little bit later. But one of the things that I had wanted to do on camera is to start off, we need Pokedex. And the other thing that we're going to need is a PC. Now, these two things are going to keep me pretty much in check with all the Pokemon that I'm going to be catching, which is going to be really, really good and really handy. So, look at that. We have our Pokedex. This is so cool. All right, I'm super excited to do this next part. So, let's start by crafting some Pokeballs. And we already have 28. We have so much more. Actually, we can make so many more. All right, and just like that, we have 60 Pokeballs ready to go. Now, I'm not entirely sure that's going to be enough to capture just what we need, but it's a start. I will be crafting some Master Balls and maybe some Love Balls when I can. But I think this is a good start to the journey, so let's start to catching those Pokemon. Do you see that? In the water right there is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. Oh, this is so good. All right, can we catch it? We did it! We got a Psyduck! Oh, that is amazing. Oh, we got one of the Poliwags. I didn't even see that. Let's go. Okay, it's been a little bit since the last clip, and there's a few things that I have done. One of the biggest things is I was kind of getting tired of walking back and forth from that village over there and not really having anything. So I built myself a house, and it looks so good. I love the way this turned out. It's a little simple, and you know what? It does the job. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm going to be adding a little bit more decoration here and there as I continue my journey through this Pokemon adventure. But as we go inside, you know, it's simple. We got our PC. We're going to have some healing stuff over here and some more Pokemon materials that we're going to need. Have our little kitchen. We have some storage where I've also done quite a bit of gathering for all of the things that we need. And we got some more Great Balls. We got some Pokeballs. We got some Ultra Balls. And just up here, simple storage, simple bed, nothing too fancy. But one of the things that I really liked that I wanted to do was I wanted to have a place for my Pokemon to evolve. Because you can see Charmander and Lickitung are ready to evolve. And I took a little bit of inspiration from the Battlecraft SMP they have a little area where they evolve their Pokemon on top of a hill and it's surrounded. I wanted something kind of cool that was going to mimic that, and I think this does it perfectly for my own sake. And shout out to some of the members from the Battlecraft SMP, like my good friends Chespy Cash, Live Awesome, and Skipper Studios. Please do yourself a favor, go check them out and the rest of the people on Battlecraft, because there's some of the people who inspired me to make this video. Watching them play Cobblemon looked like so much fun, and I want to do so as well. Also, check out Puddleshine, because he has some really cool Cobblemon videos that also helped inspire this video. But I think we need to go ahead and evolve our Pokemon. Oh, also, I have taken the painstaking liberty to make sure that all of my Pokemon are in the correct spots. And oh my goodness, has that been a pain in the butt. But hey, it's worth it. All right, we can evolve our Charmander. Am I ready for a Charmeleon? Oh, I'm so excited. All right, buddy, are you ready to evolve? Look at it. The sparkle, the effects. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, that is dope. I like that. Look at it. Oh, we got an achievement. Hard work and dedication. That is so cool. That makes me so happy. I love that animation. That animation is so cool. I remember the first time I saw that on a video, my mind was just blown. All right, well, I think we need to go and catch as many Pokemon as we can because, well, that's the whole point of this. So let the fun Pokemon capturing montage begin. Now, during my time caving, I ended up coming across this Onix, and I was actually very excited to do so because aside from Charizard, Onix is one of my favorite 151 Pokemon. And so, it wasn't really that hard to capture, but we have other things we need to get to, so let's take a look at that. Okay, I've been hard at work trying to gather as many Pokemon as I can and level up my Pokemon at the same time. Now, one thing that you can see is our Charmeleon and our Poliwag are ready to evolve, and I'm really excited about that. I've been catching quite a bit of Pokemon, so like, for example here, I've decided to capture as many Oddishes as I can. That way, if there's one that's ready, I can just evolve it, or if I catch, the next evolution, I can just get rid of this and, release it back into wild. I've done that with Geodude, actually. I had come across a Graveler and a Golem, and I was really excited that I was able to catch those. So yeah, so I think one of the things that we're going to go ahead and do right now is, my goodness, that is kind of creepy. Why is that so creepy? So one of the things that I'm going to go ahead and do right now is we are going to get our Poliwag evolved. All right, without further ado, Poliwag, let's evolve you to a Poliwhirl. Oh, that is so cool. I love it. Oh, dude, the Poliwhirl. Oh, it's so good. It makes me so happy. It's a chunk. Wait. That thing is chonky, dude. Look at that. Thing's the definition of a square. Now, the other thing that I really want to do is we need to evolve Charmeleon. Oh my goodness, our very first Pokemon, and we're gonna evolve it. Oh, it is gonna be into Charizard. I'm super excited. Oh, look at my Charizard. Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness. Dude, Charizard is so cool. I love it. Now, one of the things that I really want to do with Charizard, which I'm hoping I can do, I could have sworn that you were able to fly on Pokemon. Is that not a thing? I think I'm gonna have to research this real quick. Okay, I had to install a mod for this, so I want to see if this works now. Oh, it works. Oh, it works. Oh, this is so good. I descend like that. I just want to make sure I get my bearings correctly. Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was perfect. That was amazing. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, that works out just perfectly fine because one of the reasons I wanted to do this is we have to explore quite a bit. Now, I'm not going to capture all 151 Pokemon just sitting here in this little area and then just going here and here to gather them all. We have snowy biomes over here. We have oceans that we need to go explore, and I'm more than certain we can find quite a bit of Pokemon that way. And we're probably also going to do some fishing. I myself haven't done the fishing in this yet. However, I have seen a really cool video on it. So if you want to check that out, please go check out Puddleshine's video on it. But that is something that I do want to do to maybe try to see if I can catch a Gyarados or something. That would be pretty cool. So I think one of the first things we need to do to go ahead and start flying. Oh, this is actually really nice. This is a little bit faster than walking. Look at us, just flying on our pal. Now, somewhere here, there is a village, and I'm gonna find said village. there's the village. Ooh, I like the buildings of that. Is that a Pokemon Center that's right there? It is. Oh, that's a really nice looking Pokemon Center. Let's see. There's nobody home. You know what? I was gonna steal that, but oh no, I think I needed Silk Touch for that. Oh, that's very upsetting. We got snow Pokemon. Look at that. We got a Piloswine. There's a Bidoof over there. What is this guy? Got a woolly mammoth over here. Mamoswine. Oh, okay. There is another village over here. Let's go take a look at that one. Oh, look, there's a Stantler right here. Oh man, I'm super excited now. We got a whole new world of possibilities. Hey, wait a second. What's this Pokemon over here? This doesn't look like a Pokemon. If it is, it's a weird looking Pokemon. I'm running out of storage. A backpack would be nice. I don't think we have backpacks, do we? We don't have backpacks, but that's okay. Okay, there is plenty for us to explore. What kind of Meowth are you? Hold on. Oh, it's a Galarian Meowth. Okay. So far, I'm not seeing a lot of Pokemon that are in the 151 range at the moment. I think that just means that we're gonna have to go explore another biome and see what's what. Oh my goodness! Look at that Pokemon! Look at the mustache on that thing. Look at the handlebars. Oh my goodness! Oh, that is insane. Well, one thing I did look up, basically just to kind of see what Pokemon might have been in a snow biome. There's not really that many, so I think sticking to the plains, the forest, and maybe the oceans are probably going to be the safest bet for us, at least for the first original 151. So I think it'd be good to go ahead and try to go explore the ocean, or at least the coastline, to see maybe what's around there. Let's put these away. This is, oh, actually too, this is a lot of the stuff that we had gotten recently. So this is everything that I had gotten from mining, which was really, really cool. I had also gotten the Sunstone and the Thunderstone from mining, as well as the Moonstone. That's something. All right, so I think it's time that we go ahead and head to the coastline and see what Pokemon we can get over there. All right, we're here on the coastline, and this is really nice to actually just hover over everything. So let's kind of stay close by and see if we can find ourselves a shipwreck. All right, I kind of want to explore this for a second. Ooh, okay. This is cool. This is like an archaeology site. That is, we're gonna definitely come back to this later. Oh, see, this is perfect. Look, now we're getting all the ocean Pokemon. A Krabby. Oh, perfect. All right, let's just try to catch this real quick. Perfect. Ooh, a gilded chest. All right. What's a Gimmighoul? Sorry, Gimmighoul. You're about to get bursted down into flames. Oh, unfortunate. But look, we got coins. Oh, would you look at that? There's a shelter right here. Hey, there we go. Oh, I didn't even see. Oh, we might have to go back to the other one. I didn't see these things on here. More coins. What can you do with the relic coins? Oh, so you use these to evolve a Gimmighoul. Okay, so let's see what this is. Ooh, shiny things. Ground gem? Oh, I can't take all of this. I'm definitely gonna have to come back for this one. Either that or I'm about to install a backpack mod so I can have backpacks, because that would be really nice to have. You know what? Give me one moment. Okay, I'm not entirely sure if you would consider this cheaty or not, but I decided to add on some backpacks. Why? Because we definitely need them. Now, we're not gonna go anything too wild, but we're gonna look at a standard backpack. So let's make a backpack, come back to this, and we'll have all the loot that we need. All right, there we go. We've crafted ourselves a backpack. This is gonna make things so much easier so I can put stuff in here, like all of those goodies. Now we have a lot more inventory space, which I'm super happy about. So let's get back to work. Okay, so completing this challenge of catching all Gen 1 Pokemon has been a long, tedious, but fruitful challenge. Now, a lot of things have been cool, like finding this Dragonair, just randomly sitting on top of the ocean, and waiting for us to be captured, or waiting for us to capture it, I should say, and also finding Lapras. Now this was really cool because this made traveling the ocean so much easier, and there was actually a Gyarados, as you can see, right next to it, but unfortunately it took too long catching this Lapras that I lost out on the Gyarados. But that's okay, because when we lose one thing, another thing pops up, like this treasure map. I actually found quite a bit of treasure maps, and we made our way to them, hoping to find something that had, you know, more Pokemon loot in it, but it didn't. So I guess the payoff is in the exploration for the other stuff. I found another Gyarados and caught it. So that was pretty cool and made me happy. But in our explorations, we made our way to go catch way more Pokemon, and this is what happened. Now, one of the coolest things that I've been able to do is actually discover a lot of Pokemon that I haven't seen before myself. Like this penguin. Or this thing. I don't even know what that is. But, again, it's been really cool, and I ended up discovering the shipwreck that had a Pokerod and a smithing template for a Pokerod, but also a map to Shipwreck Cove, which I had never heard of before. So I set off on an expedition to go ahead and go find it, and when I did, it took me quite a bit to actually figure out where it was. I did some pretty extensive research, trying to see how to even get into one, and couldn't for the life of me find it, so I spent a long time with my Lapras underwater, but thankfully after some poking around in some caves and some mining, I was able to get to Shipwreck Cove. And now this was completely underwater, and there wasn't too much to really explore. It would have been nice if it was one that wasn't completely submerged, but I did get quite a bit of loot out of it, so that was pretty cool. And within our adventures, I ended up going to different biomes to hopefully find some exclusive biome-specific only Pokemon. And I had to break my rule of not catching just the regular Gen 1 Pokemon because there were so many other cool Pokemon out there like that Ponyta that I had to catch. Breaking the rule again, I ended up coming across a Glaceon, which was really random, and I'm pretty sure really rare, but of course, I had to have it. And this had to be the world's smallest jungle, because there was nothing here. I mean, this was literally it. But thankfully, I ended up finding another jungle right next to the desert and a mesa, which was really cool, which allowed me to get a whole lot more Pokemon that I had been missing out on. Now this is where the unfortunate part happens of hunting Pokemon that are kind of uncommon or rare, is you think you're gonna weaken it, but instead you kill it by accident, and you have to start over. But this was really cool. I ended up coming across a Grimer just randomly in some water, which was really nice, but this village here in the savannah proved to be really awesome because there were so many Pokemon that popped up for me. It helped me complete a good amount of what I needed. Okay, well, I've been in the savannah here for a little bit. I think this area has been very kind to me, which I've really enjoyed because I don't think I would have found quite a bit of Pokemon without the ones that have spawned here, like the Muk, the Grimer, quite a bit. There's been a few that have spawned and just lasted for a few seconds, and I wasn't able to capture them, which kind of made me a little, like that one. Oh my goodness, I can never remember the name of this guy, but he spawned like really quick, and it's one of the few like original that is really weird that it's just there. Hold on, let's just capture this real quick. There we go. All right, that was actually really cool. I was very happy. Oh, you have no idea how long I waited for that to respawn. The amount of time that I played, I think I've waited at least 4 hours for that to respawn. There it goes. It goes right there, I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. That makes me very happy that we got that on camera just as I was setting that up. Now, what I was gonna say was, I've done a little research. Thankfully, the wiki has quite a bit of extensive information on where Pokemon spawn, and I've been having a hard time finding a lot of basic ones that I thought were gonna be easy to find. So like Squirtle, Charmander, all of those are proving to be a little bit more elusive because they are super rare, or they are ultra rare, which is kind of weird. Like over there, you saw that or one of those jungle areas, you know, you saw the Scyther that I accidentally defeated. But something that never dawned on me is because I decided to go to different biomes, like obviously the savannah, the jungle, I looked for the desert, I visited a mangrove swamp to hopefully see like what was there. We were getting stuff, we weren't getting too much that I was expecting. Now in my research, one of the things that I did find out, and it never dawned on me, we should go visit the Deep Dark and the Lush Cave because I saw that there are some Pokemon that spawn down there. And that might prove a little bit easier because I don't think that means we have to go fossil digging. So I think with that information, I think we're going to go look for a lush cave and hopefully a deep dark. We'll stay in this area because this is proving really, really good for us. So yeah, let's go find a lush cave. Let's go find the deep dark and I'll be back when we do. And after a little bit of searching, I finally found myself a deep dark, but that is not all. No, no, no. We didn't just find a deep dark. If we go back here, we also found ourselves a trial chamber. That is so crazy that they're right next to each other. This is so cool. But I wanted to check to see if there was any specific Pokemon that would be in the trial chamber. And unfortunately, after a little bit of time, I found out that no, there wasn't. So we made our way over to the ancient city. And unfortunately, there wasn't that many Pokemon that actually I needed that spawned here too. So I decided to go ahead and go find myself a lush cave because there are very specific Pokemon that do spawn in a lush cave. And after a little bit of time in there too, I discovered that it would take forever. So let's go find some of those spots where we can do some excavating to find some ancient Pokemon. So let's get some materials real quick. And now that we have the materials, we found ourselves a pillar that we can excavate or do some excavation. You know, I've never really done this, but this is where we're going to find the fossils. So just like this one right here. Oh, that is so cool. We found ourselves a Pokemon fossil. It's a Helix fossil. That's awesome. And what the heck is that? What is this? What? Oh my goodness, this thing is massive. A cloth? Oh, what's that face? It's like Australia over here. All right, back to excavating. All right, so I cleared this pillar of all of its fossils, so let's go find some more. No way. Oh, I was just on the I was on the hunt for excavation sites and I found a site there. Oh, this is so good. Come on, please, please, please. Can I catch it? Can we catch it? Oh, please tell me I can catch it. This would be so nice after I killed the first one by accident. Let's go. We did it. All right. And after catching that scyther and looking at this weird dog, I made my way back to this structure that we first found early on in the episode. And we're going to see what it leads to. And, you know, through the excavation, there was some pretty cool stuff. But it led to this really interesting dungeon, which has like tombstones and everything. There was a lot of gravel, which was really cool because it gave me a lot of stuff. But not a lot of things that I was expecting. I didn't find any fossils, I believe. It was pretty much just things like relic coins and little stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. But I think it's time that we get back to hunting some more excavation sites. No way, okay. I was just at another one because I realized that these ruins have them. And there's an Electabuzz here. Oh, this is so cool. Another one down. No way, a Lucario? What the heck? Alright, you know what? I know I said that there's some rules that you gotta break, or that we can't break, but we're gonna break them anyways. We're gonna catch the... never mind, we're not gonna catch this Lucario. Alright, back to our adventures. So it was at this point that I spent quite a bit of time flying and running around the world and looking for more excavation sites and capturing more Pokemon that I hadn't seen. Thankfully, I've captured quite a bit, but I think it's time for us to adventure into a place where we can find only some very specific fire-type Pokemon. So that is right, I am talking about the Nether. And thankfully, we have a Nether portal right here next to our house. Alright, let's light this baby up and let's jump into the Nether. Oh, I'm so excited to see what spawn we get. What? Oh, we got a fortress? What are the odds of that? Well, that is insane. So unfortunately, there wasn't too much in the fortress or around it. I did end up finding this bastion, which was pretty cool though, and I decided to see if there was any specific type Pokemon that would spawn in here. Unfortunately, there wasn't, so I decided to steal all of their gold, thankfully, because, you know, that means more for Pokeballs and stuff like that. And we spent quite a bit of time flying around trying to find some very specific Pokemon, and here is one of them right now. We found a Magmar. Oh, this is so cool. This makes me so happy because we're getting closer and closer to our goal to catching all of the original 151 Pokemon. And after spending some time in the Nether, I decided to come home and start getting our fossils prepared so that we can get some ancient Pokemon. Now, I decided to go ahead and craft the fossil analyzer, which was really cool. It looks really fun. So let's find a place to plop this bad boy down and get to analyzing the fossils. How do I put this in? What? So silly me, turns out I didn't know that I needed this whole contraption to actually get the fossils analyzing. And it is set up and we can actually put it in, but it wasn't working. I was having so much trouble figuring out what was going on, and it turns out that I needed some goo to get it going. I don't think it actually is called goo, but it's a restoration tank, as you can see up there. And that is actually what's going to power the fossils, or, you know, bring them back to life. I was having so much trouble getting it to work that I had to do some research. And finally, after some tinkering around, one of our fossils started analyzing. So let's let it do its thing and wait for this bad boy to pop up. Oh, it's done. It's done. Okay, now I just put a Pokeball in there and we got a fossil. Let's go. All right, what's our very first fossil gonna be? Shieldon. That is not the Pokemon I was hoping for. After more research, I found out that there are very specific Pokemon fossils that need to go in there, and I ended up creating some max revives so that we could have them. And there we go. And we got ourselves an Omanite. Oh, that is so cool. So while those fossils are analyzing, I think it is time for us to continue our adventure out into the world and catching those Pokemon. And after some long-awaited searching, I finally found some starter Pokemon. Look, a Bulbasaur and a Squirtle. This was insane because these are ultra rare spawns, and I was not expecting to find these out in the wild this early. And also, while catching another Pokemon, there was a Glaceon that spawned in a Savannah village. I've said it before that this village is super lucky, but to find a Glaceon here, that is super rare, and I've seen this so many times. That's crazy. So I got tired of trying to find a Magnemite, and I decided to try to do this little trick to get it to spawn, which is put redstone down. And I sat here and waited for so many hours.
Many hours later.
That didn't work, so I created a platform over the sea. And unfortunately, after waiting for so long, that didn't work either. And I got down to the caves, and what would you know? The first cave I go down into, there is a freaking Magnemite here, which is so cool. Not just one, though. Two. We got lucky. We found both in one trip, and then I found a Steelix in that same cave as I was coming back up. That is insane. And oh my goodness, this was actually kind of crazy though. Look at the damage my Charizard does. Brings it down to 1 HP, but I just had to catch it. And as I was wandering around, this shiny Geodude spawned right in front of me. I wasn't recording when I saw it. Like, it literally spawned right in front of me, but this was so cool to finally get our first shiny Pokemon. And after a lot of running around, I also ended up finding this Jinx, which was crazy because I wasn't expecting it. And oh, same with Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee was so crazy to try to find, but unfortunately, after many attempts, yeah, we didn't catch it. Oh, okay. This is another random, like, crazy spawn that just happened. Mr. Mime. I've been searching for so long for this Pokemon. Like, you have no idea how long I've been running around villages trying to get this. This is kind of crazy. Is he gonna... No, he's not gonna get on the first try, but that's okay. You know, we just... Oh, hi. Did you come to see the Pokemon battle? Why are you staring at me? Stop staring at me, you weirdo. Please get out of the way. I'm trying to Pokemon battle here. What are you doing? Leave me alone. All right. Now to catch the Mr. Mime. Hopefully I can. As you can see, our friend left. So I think that might have been the charm. Maybe he was scaring the Mime. He was. We got it. And with Mr. Mime being caught, we are getting closer and closer to completing this. I mean, look how many spaces we have filled already. Now, I did catch a Mime Jr. Just in case I wasn't able to find that Mr. Mime, and I thought that might have been a little too cheaty, but that's okay. And I did the same with Tyrogue because I'm just having so much trouble finding Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, but those are only just in case. And same with Munchlax. But as luck would have it, we wouldn't need either the Tyrogue or the Munchlax because we finally found ourselves a Snorlax. My all-time favorite Pokemon has finally spawned, and it took forever. And he's a chunky boy. Look at this dude. But we spent at least a couple of weeks, few hours a day, trying to get this boy to spawn. And he finally did. Same goes with Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. It took me forever, but we finally found some in some windswept hills. And oh, you have no idea how happy I am. This was such a crazy time waiting for these guys to spawn. But now that we caught them, I think it's time that we get back to trying to finish off the rest of the Pokemon. So let's get to it. And there it is, just on the map on the horizon. After so long, and me doing this the dumb way, we finally have a Porygon, and this is the last Pokemon that I need to catch. Oh, I'm so excited, so let's do it. Let's see if we can battle this guy and get him. Oh my goodness, you have no idea how long I've waited to catch this. I did this dumb. I lined up all the PCs in the weirdest way when I should have just had them spread out like this. And thank you so much to Pocketcraft for all of the amazing tips that I've learned about this. But there we go. Porygon is officially ours, and that is the last Pokemon that we need to catch for the challenge. There's only one thing that we need left to do. That is evolve the Pokemon, but first, let's put the Porygon in his rightful place. There we go. Well, alright, we are almost done with this challenge. There's just one more thing that we need to do, and that is we need to battle and evolve the rest of our Pokemon so that we can fill out the Pokedex and have all of these Pokemon sets. I'm so excited. I mean, look at this. We almost have all the Pokemon that we need. We just gotta fill in the gaps, and we're done. So I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. Now, I know we've gotten into a lot of montages, and that's okay, but I think it's time that we get another quick montage of us evolving some Pokemon. So let's get to it. Cue the epic montage music. And just like that, we have officially got all the Gen 1 Pokemon now. I have a little bit of a confession to make. I found out that a little bit after starting this video that not all 151 Pokemon are in the game yet. Currently in Cobblemon 1.6, the legendary Pokemon are not actually in the game. So while the models might be there, they don't spawn, or there's no way to catch them just yet. Now, from what I've been told and from what I understand, is that they're most likely going to be available in the 1.7 update. So if you really enjoyed this, please let me know so that I can make a part 2. And even if you didn't like this, I still might make a part 2 so that we can catch the legendary Pokemon and so that we can say that we officially caught all 151 original Pokemon. I know I keep saying that, but that's the challenge. That's the name of the game, literally. But if you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite Gen 1 Pokemon is. And if you'd like to see more content like this, consider subscribing. Hit the like button to let me know that you enjoyed this video and to help me out because it would mean so much to me and because I had so much fun making this video. And, you know, this might make me want to do another challenge like this very similar in the future. Maybe for all the generations? Who knows? But I think with that being said, it is time for me to head out. So again, thank you all so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe day. Take care, and in the spirit of Pokemon, continue being the very best, like no one ever was. Alrighty, with that, thank you, take care, and goodbye.